I may be carrying my neighbor's baby. I, 24-year-old female, am currently 20 weeks pregnant with a baby girl. The problem is that I don't know who her father is, and I don't know how to tell my fiance, 27-year-old male. We moved into our apartment complex about a year ago. We've been together for 3 years, and this was our first time living together. When we were moving into our apartment, a lot of our neighbors noticed and introduced themselves. There were a lot of older people, mostly families that have been living here for years, and a few younger people around our age. It's a really nice area, not far from downtown, and we really thought we would be living here until we could buy a place of our own. While we were moving in, one of our neighbors introduced himself. He was around the same age as my fiance and I. He offered to show us how the call box worked, and then we chatted about the local spots to go. He actually ended up exchanging numbers with my fiance, and we all became pretty good friends. We would go over for football games, game nights, holiday parties, and such. He really loved to entertain and introduced us to a lot of other cool people in the area. After a few months, there was a moment where my fiance and I hit a rough patch. This was our first time living together with a significant other, and it was very hard. We had a lot of arguments and struggled to find a compromise in a lot of situations. He even stayed with a friend for a few weeks during this time, and I thought we were done. During this time when he was gone, I ended up sleeping with my neighbor. I was out at a bar without my fiance, and he came over to say hello. He bought me a drink, and I told him what was going on. We ended up talking until the bar closed and then went to his place. It was just a one-time thing. A few days later, my fiance and I worked things out, and he brought his stuff back. We made up, and everything since then has been great. I found out that I was pregnant a few weeks later, and we were so excited. Well, now I'm 20 weeks, and I didn't even think about the possibility that it could be my neighbor's until I ran into him this morning. He said hey like he normally does, and then kind of did a double take. I have popped, so this really is the first week I actually looked pregnant and not like I went ham at a buffet. I placed my hand on the bump, noticing that he was staring, and he said, "Congratulations." It wasn't until then that it all came back to me, and I thought about the timeline. There was definitely overlap. The chances are so small, but there was overlap. I don't know if I should tell my fiance, if it's even worth it because the chances are so small.